In this video, I want to show you one of the composer blocks that's included in this plugin, the Single Post Plus block. This block allows you to insert a single post into your newsletter by its ID and customize the content and layout for your email. Let's take a look. First, you'll want to make sure that you have the newsletter plugin and advanced composer blocks for the newsletter plugin installed in your WordPress site. I've also added advanced custom fields here because I have a post type, a couple of post types as examples with some content and some custom fields, and you'll see where those come into play in just a moment. Once you're in the composer for the newsletter plugin, you'll see the additional blocks from advanced composer blocks at the top of the list in a darker blue. Let's take a look at the single post block. To start, you'll need to enter a post ID. If you're not sure how to find your post ID, go to the post type that you're looking for and edit one of the posts. When editing the posts, the ID will be in the URL. In this case, we're looking at post 38. So I'll jump back to our newsletter and I'll tell it it's post ID 38. By default, you'll see some content go ahead and show up in the block already. We've got a feature image, a title, description, there's some content, and a call to action button. Let's look at how we can customize these. The first thing you can customize is the featured image size. You can choose any of the registered image sizes in your site, or select none if you don't want the image to show at all. From there, you can choose whether you want to link the image to your post. You can choose alignment, whether you want it to be aligned center, left, or right, and give the image a border radius. Next up is the title. You can hide the title if you don't want it to be there at all. Or if you do want it to be there, you can choose its alignment also, center, left, or right, some font options, and a color. You can also choose to link the title to your post if you'd like. Next, we have the post date, which is not shown by default, but if you choose to show the post date, again, you can choose the alignment of center, left or right, and some font options and the color. I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that again. For the content itself, the default is excerpt, but you can also choose to show no content or the full content. If you chose an excerpt, you also get the option to determine the length of characters if you would like to trim your excerpt down even more. Again, you can center align, left align, or right align this content, choose some font options and the color. In the custom content field, you have the ability to add any additional content that you would like. Some additional content. You'll also be able to style this content with the editor and choose colors and font weight and all of that. And this content will show up below the post content. What you can also do is you can also add custom fields to this content area. In this case, for movies, I've added two custom fields, a movie rating and a runtime. If I copy the movie rating field name and come back to the composer, I can say, this movie is rated, and then I'll use the brackets with field underscore and the name of the field, and close the curly bracket. Once I click off or apply, you can see that it's updated to this movie is rated PG-13. If I scroll back up and change this ID to a different movie, you'll see that the rating is updated as well. This is being pulled directly from the post type and the custom field. These can also be styled as desired, such as making it bold. We'll bold it in the newsletter. Moving down to the call to action button, You can choose to hide the button if you don't want it at all, or you can change the text with some font options, and you can change the text color and the button color. So in this case, I will change this to yellow and change the button color to kind of a dark purple. And you can see it's reflected over there. You can also change the border radius. So if you make it something really high, you'll get that pill-shaped button that you're used to. Again, you can change the alignment, center, left, right, and you can choose to make this an inline button that spans to the width of the content inside it, or full width, which will take up the entire width of the area. Again, here for the button, you can also choose to add custom fields or use the title bracket, title tag. Once I click off, you can see read more and the title is listed here. Maybe I'll add about the movie and leave title. Again, if I slide up here and I change this post ID back to 38, you'll see that it's updated to say read more about the movie Fast and Furious. Finally, you can change some background options, such as the background color for the entire block. Choose a darker one here, make it easier to see. You can add a border. You can give that a border radius. You can change the border color. And then you can choose how far the content should sit from the edge of the block. And that's the Single Post Plus block.